So we had Bill Duke on for the second time. I feel very lucky to have this man on my show, one of the elders on both in front of and behind the camera.
That's right.
One of the original black directors.
And had to fight for it.
Oh yeah. And he's in his 70s. So he grew up at a very different time than right now.
Yeah.
And what we talked about, which he touched on in his book, and it was somewhat of an uncomfortable topic, was that at 70, I think he's 74 years old, he's never actually had children. And he said that part of the reason was that being dark-skinned and growing up in such a racist era, he didn't want to curse his children with the same type of treatment that he himself has went through. And he knows that, he talked about how it was a very cowardly thing for him to do. And he regrets it. And he has a goddaughter and everything else like that, but no actual biological children. And
When he was worried about his children being too dark and having to face racism, he should have just done like the rest of these motherfuckers, fuck a white bitch and make a nice little mixed baby. That's bullshit. That's bullshit cop-out, Bill. It's got to be something else.
Well, that was part of it.
That might be part of it.
That was part of it.
Because you don't know what your child gonna look like, you know? You don't.
You don't.
You really don't.
You know,
I've seen the darkest people have the light-skinned kids. You have to question who the daddy is. Because it's generational, too, you know?
well, you know, I kind of referenced this other interview I had with this rapper named Glokknine. He's this Florida rapper who's very dark-skinned.
He sounds nice. Glokknine.
Glokknine.
Sounds sweet.
And he talked about how he wouldn't have a baby with a dark-skinned girl just because he don't want to know his words, no black-ass baby.
So I know if I fought with a black bear, we gonna have a black ass baby.
So?
I ain't with that.
Why?
I'm already black as fuck.
So?
I can't. No.
Well, he should take that Glock-9, right? You know, I'm a big fan of blowing your brains out through you. Take that Glock-9, turn it around, and pull the trigger. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard a motherfucker say. He don't want no black-ass children. I can't. Like, really? He said that to you?
Yeah, on camera.
Wow, he got a lot of fucking nerve. Self-hate is a bitch. That's a terrible thing to say. I wanted a dark-skinned daughter. I'm tired of the light-skinned curse in my fucking family. There's so many light-skinned little kids in my family. I wanted I wanted a dark-skinned, I wanted a baby boy. I got a beautiful girl. My daughter's daddy, black as that goddamn speaker over there. How the fuck could you say some shit like that? And to a non-black person, that's ridiculous. He's a self-hating motherfucker. Let me just say that the comments expressed by me about murder and suicide are not those especially Vlad, but I don't really mean them either, but I do, but I don't. Okay, that's my disclaimer. I hope that holds up in court.
Unfortunately, when you look at the world as a whole, and I've been thinking about this recently, it seems like dark-skinned people are treated worse on a global level.
That's a fact. It's a fact.
Than lighter-skinned people.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
And
over here, I don't know about no place else. That might not be the case in Seychelles. That might not be the case in Lagos. That may not be the case. Well, if you're talking about over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And as advanced as we think we are, and how slavery is supposed to be a thing of the past and so forth, colorism is still a very real thing.
It is.
And it's fucked up. And you're a light-skinned black person. Have you experienced, like, for example, problems with like girls that were dark-skinned that would be, kind of angry at you and that type of?
Never.
Never ever.
Never ever.
Okay.
And I'm not really considered light skin. I'm like caramel. Light skin is like light skin, like looking like you type thing. But no, never. As a matter of fact, something in me triggered something, something in my life triggered something in me years ago when I just saw in my family discrepancies between dark-skinned children in my family being treated as opposed to light-skinned. They don't see it. They would never admit it. But I'm out here. I can see it clearly. And it made me want to fight for my dark-skinned nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And then I wanted that for myself. And I made a conscious decision that every time I seen a dark-skinned sister or brother, even the darkest of the dark, like purple, black and purple, just, even if you purple, I make it a point to say something complimentary about how buttery their skin may look, or that I want to lick your cheek. It looks like a dark chocolate Hershey chocolate bar. You know, I go out of my way to pay compliments to my dark-skinned brothers and sisters because they need it, and because, not that they need to be validated, but it's nice to hear something good. It's nice to hear something good if you're any color, but, you know, I do that because I feel that. I feel that way. I'm not doing it in no motherfucking campaign, but I do see the beauty in the skin.
Yeah.
I do see the beauty in the melanin, and I click with it. I roll with it.